Hello and welcome to today's short Yin Yoga practice, where we'll be going deep into the IT bands, the glutes and the piriformis, while seeking to find a mindful presence. Beginning gently seated in the center of the mat, let's begin to just settle in here, checking in with yourself, noticing how you're feeling emotionally, mentally, physically, maybe even spiritually, before we get started with this class. Notice any areas that are holding tension. All right, when you're ready, let's go ahead and begin our first asana of the day, which is our butterfly pose. So gently bring the soles of the feet together. Take an inhale, lengthening through the spine. And with your exhale, begin to fold from the hips, keeping that back straight as far as you can, and then allowing the forehead and chest to melt down towards the mat. Noticing the gentle opening sensation of the hips beginning to happen. Today's class is all about finding a deep state of mindful presence, letting go of the past or worries or concerns of the future, finding a state of peace by staying in the here and the now. So scan through your body, noticing any areas resisting here. With your next exhale, see if you can melt a little deeper. Anytime you notice thoughts arising or the mind beginning to wander, simply noticing what comes up for you, and then gently ushering your awareness and attention back to the breath and back into the body. You're doing great, just over 1 more minute left in this pose. Exhale away any tension, staying here, staying in the now. Wonderful job. Go ahead and release the feet and just bring yourself over into a tabletop position. Hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrists, And then with bent knees, begin to lead with the hips as you press your way back into down dog. Taking just a moment here to allow the hamstrings to open up a little bit. Then inhale as you reach the right leg to the sky for three-legged dog. Begin to bend at the knee, flexing the foot and stacking the hips. Taking just a few hip circles here. Making these as big or as small as feels right for you today. We're just opening up the hip just a little bit so that's easier to go into our next yin poses. All right, gently step that right foot toward the front of the mat now. Walk the foot over toward the left side of the mat as if you're about to go into your pigeon, but then we're going to extend that front leg. So we're going deep into that right IT band here. And if you have a bend in that front knee, or you need to rest your hands on blocks perhaps, that's totally fine. Take whatever variations will best serve your body right now. Inhale into every area of tension, and exhale, imagining it melt out of the body, finding a deep stillness, that mindful awareness here. 1.5 minutes left in this pose. We aren't holding this one quite as long as the other poses, since it's difficult to relax passively in this position. So just stay with it a little bit longer, breathing through the discomfort, keeping the mind here. Stick with it, just a few more deep breaths here. You're almost done with this pose. Great job. When you're ready, gently allow that front leg to come flat to the mat now as we find our sleeping swan or pigeon pose. If that front heel needs to come back a little bit toward the hips, that's completely fine. Be sure to take the variation of positioning here that best works for your body's needs. Walk that back foot a little further away so we're really extending through the hip flexor. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine. With your exhale, allow the chest to melt forward, forehead reaching toward the mat, or maybe resting on a pillow or bolster. We're spending a total of 4 minutes in this pose, so really giving that hip fascia a chance to release as we strengthen the connective tissue and release stored emotional energy. Stay with that breath, using it to allow you to go deeper, to anchor you into this present moment. If you notice that your thoughts have begun to wander, gently come back to the breath. Come back to noticing what's happening in the body. Our overthinking or our worries give us the illusion that we're being productive, that we're doing something to problem solve or think through things in our life. But in reality, the most clarity happens, the greatest wisdom comes when we seek silence, when we dwell in the present moment. Unhappiness is nearly always the result of living in the past or the future instead of staying in the here and the now. About 1 minute left on the side. Inhale, feeling that dantian. And exhale, letting go of anything you don't need, sinking deeper into the mat. Wonderful job. In your own time, gently lift the chest back up. Bring that back leg around and over the top leg as we find our seated spinal twist. Hugging that left knee into the chest, or maybe using your right elbow on the outside of the leg to help press you a little deeper into the twist. Or the most advanced variation, taking your full bind here. But don't force anything. Just be wherever you're at today. Accepting what your body is asking for. Just 1 more minute here. On your next exhale, see if your body has released, if you can take this twist a little bit further, finding a new edge. On your next exhale, go ahead and gently release your twist now, releasing the legs, and find your way back into tabletop once more. And then lead with the hips as you press your way back to down dog. Inhale as you reach the left leg up this time, and begin to bend the knee, stacking the hips here, taking those hip circles once again, just warming up this left hip now, making this movement feel good for your body. Then inhale, extending the leg for three-legged dog once more. As you exhale, This time, step the left foot forward to the front of the mat. Begin to heel toe that left foot toward the right side of the mat, then extending the leg as we go deep into the left IT band. Breathing into the tension, exhaling it away, surrendering deeper, allowing the fascia the space it needs to release, to let go. One more minute, you're doing awesome. Keep breathing through this. Finding focus in the here and now. Letting go of resistance, allowing the body to release a little deeper. Great job. Go ahead and lower that front leg toward the mat now, finding your way into our sleeping swan. Extending that right foot a little further back, so we're getting that extension through the hip flexor. And inhale as you lengthen through the spine. And with your exhale, slowly begin to fold from the hips, melting forward. Inhaling deep into that left hip and the right hip flexor. Exhale, letting go of anything that isn't serving you in this moment. Scan through your body with that inhale, noticing any area still holding on. And with your next exhale, imagine a wave of relaxation washing down through those areas, washing from head to toe, allowing you to surrender even deeper. As we seek a deeper state of mindful presence here, see what you can notice, the small details. Maybe feeling your clothing against your skin, or hair against the back of your neck. The quality, temperature of the air. Its feeling as it passes through your nostrils. Maybe noticing the feeling of the sound waves from the music as the vibrations enter your body. This practice of becoming deeply and mindfully aware helps us not only to keep our mind calm and away from worries and anxieties, but it also helps us to find more joy in each moment, less likely to overlook the small things, and to find more gratitude, even in the mundane and the ordinary. About 1 more minute left in this pose. Take one more inhale here. With your exhale, gently lift the chest and bring that back leg around, finding your way into a seated spinal twist once again. And as a reminder, you can pull that knee in toward your chest or use your elbow on the outside of the knee to press a little deeper, or take your full bind here. Just be sure to listen to your body, to honor whatever it's asking for. There's no need to force anything, to focus on comparisons, or to be frustrated with your progress. Simply allow yourself to be where you are, meeting yourself here with compassion, and just trusting that when you give your body what it's asking for, that it will thank you in return. Inhale deeply, lengthening through that spine, making sure it's staying straight. As you exhale, see if maybe you can go a little bit deeper while maintaining control over the breath. Less than 2 minutes left here. We're almost there, just a few more breaths. Stay mindfully aware of what's happening in your body and in your mind. Wonderful job. With your next exhale, gently untwist the spine, release the legs, and with as little movement as possible, find your way onto your back for a rebound. Arms resting gently at the sides, palms facing up. Shoulder blades gently tucked down and back. And simply feel the echo of the pose. Feel the changes of sensation in the hips, in the glutes, the movement of energy flowing through those areas we've been releasing. Go ahead and gently place the right ankle over the left knee now, planting the left foot on the floor for a figure 4. Take an inhale. As you exhale, allow the legs to gently fall to the right. So we're taking a gentle spinal twist here. Our fallen figure 4, as I like to call it. Allow everything to be heavy. Arms can be cactus at the sides. And look over that left shoulder to complete the twist. Breathing into the spinal cord, feeling the gentle decompression. And exhaling fully and slowly. Just being heavy here. We're going to stay in this pose for 3 minutes on each side. Great job. When you're ready, gently bring the knees back up. Just take a moment to allow the spine to reneutralize. And then let's take it to the other side, this time placing the left ankle over the right knee. With your next exhale, allowing the legs to drop to the left this time as you look over the right shoulder. Breathing through that spinal cord. Just noticing any differences on this side from the first side. And once again, I'll give you some extra silence to go inward. Just notice the thoughts as they arise without engaging, becoming aware of how your thoughts affect your emotional reality. Take one more full inhale here, feeling the belly rise, and let it go fully. And when you're ready, gently release the legs, finding your way into our final Savasana now. Maybe lifting the hips gently and rolling the spine down one vertebrae at a time to make sure it's neutral. Arms resting at the sides, palms facing up. Finding an even deeper state of relaxation now. Scanning head to toe. Noticing any area still holding on. As you exhale, imagining a wave of relaxation washing down through the body, carrying away any residual resistance. And with your inhale, imagine a wave of peace washing up the body. Gently begin to wake up the body again, inviting some movement into the fingers and toes. Maybe keep the eyes closed a little longer as you turn onto your side and make your way up to seated for a couple closing breaths together. Inhale as you reach the arms up overhead, stretching tall, waking the body back up. And exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. One more time, reaching the arms tall. And exhale, hands to prayer as you thank yourself for taking this time for yourself today. Thank you so much for joining me for today's short Yin Yoga practice. I hope you feel refreshed and ready to move throughout your day with ease. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to help support the channel and expand my reach. Thank you for whatever ways you choose to support and for joining me for today's class. I hope you have a great day, my friends. Namaste.